WWE King and Queen of the Ring PLE 2024 results, y'all. This was a show, and I am so happy to tell you that WWE actually did it. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what they did, and of course, cover all of the results, because this was WWE's second PLE in Saudi Arabia. They already confirmed a few things coming out of this show, which I just want to let y'all know quickly. First, yes, we are getting a rematch from this show on Monday Night Raw. More on that in a minute. They are returning to Crown. They're returning with Crown Jewel, I should say, in Saudi Arabia on Saturday, November 2nd, as well as Damian Priest will defend the World Heavyweight Championship against Drew McIntyre at the Clash at the Castle PLE next month in June. So it looks like we're going to get a title shot and a title change. So with that being said, let's get things rolling with the pre-show match. This was a late addition. They added this during Friday Night SmackDown. WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. They went up against Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell and obviously went over. The finish of that match was Bianca and Jade hitting their tag team finisher, a DDT into a German suplex, which was really, really cool, and they are still your champions, so that was cool. It opened with a banger. These fans, I got to give them props. These fans were into these matches all night long, including the opener, Becky Lynch defending the Women's World Championship against our girl, Liv Morgan. And I will get into this in my horrible booking decisions video later on, but these two put on a heck of a show, put on a heck of a match, but we had to have outside interference because we saw earlier in the show, Dominic Mysterio, he was over in Saudi Arabia. He was at the show, and they even did a backstage segment where Liv was like, "Why are you here?" And he's like, and it was just like a tease, and it's like, what? Okay. And so he came out, he got a chair, and he tried to give it to Becky Lynch. He wanted Becky Lynch to retain the championship. He wanted her to defend the championship when Mommy, if you will, Rhea Ripley returns later this year from injury. But in fact, Becky Lynch, she simply didn't want the chair. So what happened was he distracted the referee. Liv hit a DDT onto the chair and then hit a DDT off the second rope for the win. Now, after the match, we found out after Becky Lynch was arguing with Dominic Mysterio backstage that on Monday Night Raw, we were getting Liv Morgan making her first championship defense as the Women's World Champion against Becky Lynch. I expect, obviously, Becky to lose that match. Her contract's up at the end of this month, so I think she's going to take some time off. But anyway, Liv Morgan, yes, they actually did it. They put the championship on her. Here was a banger of a match. Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn defending against Bronson Reed and Chad Gable in a triple threat match. These guys did it all, and it was exactly what you thought it would be. Right, a bunch of outside dives, a lot of power spots, just a lot of good stuff. In the end, it was Chad Gable. He had Otis come out with him. He told Otis, when the time comes, buddy, I need you to capitalize. I need you to come in, and I need you to take care of business. And when that time came, and when he tried to get Otis to take out Sami Zayn, Otis didn't want to do it. He said, no, Chad. And so finally, he got enough courage. He was going to do it. He was going to listen to his coach. But what happened? Well, Otis went for a clothesline, obviously, and he accidentally took out Chad Gable. Oh, no! Back in the ring, Sami Zayn hit his big boot finisher to pick up the win, right? Now we're up to the tournament. They stacked the show as always. So you had Nia Jax, Laura Valkyria, finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament at this PLE. Now, keep in mind that WWE announced earlier in the week that the winner would get a World Championship match of their choosing at SummerSlam in August. Okay? So, they went back and forth. It was a decent match. What do you expect from, a Nia Jax match? She's gotten a lot better, but what can you expect? Laura did the very best she could, and this finish was honestly brilliant, but it was also scary at the same time, and I'll explain here in a minute why. But they went back and forth. Typical, you had a bigger opponent, smaller opponent, smaller opponent tried to get the better advantage of the bigger opponent, yada, 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 right? So Laura is in the corner. She's going for a sunset flip power bomb, right? But then Nia just falls on her, okay? Shout out to Ryan Satin on Twitter. Yokozuna did the same finish when he won. He just sat down, and obviously that was his finish, but you get the gist, right? But like, Nia just sat down and just squashed this chick, and she became the queen of the ring. So it'll be interesting. She's on Monday Night Raw. Will she challenge the Women's World Champion, or will she go after Bayley in the Women's Championship on SmackDown? I don't know. Well, time will tell. Up next was, I would say, the second best match of the night. I really, really liked that triple threat. I thought the triple threat was the best match of the night, but this one comes close. Gunther, Randy Orton in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. You knew it was going to be a banger, and it sure was. They went back and forth. There was two elements of this story. First, you had Randy selling his left knee, and then he started selling his back. Obviously, that's like the story of all of his matches. The surgically repaired back of Randy Orton. They went back and forth, and this finish has a lot of people pissed because Orton, he hit an RKO, but he couldn't capitalize right away. And so there was a little bit of a hesitancy, and Gunther managed to roll him up 1, 2, 3. The only problem with this finish was Orton's shoulders weren't all the way down the mat. I believe his left shoulder was a little bit up. Clearly, that would be not a 1, 2, 3 fall. That would be an incorrect call by the referee. I don't think they did that on purpose to like protect Orton, because I think the finish already did that. But they could definitely do a storyline situation out of this coming out on SmackDown or Raw. Maybe it leads to a rematch. Obviously not with the King of the Ring gimmick, but a rematch between Gunther and Orton I could absolutely see. And of course, you knew where we were going here. Randy Orton, he put over Gunther, obviously. So anyway, main event, Undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes defending against Logan Paul in the main event. And this match had so much outside interference to the point where it was overboard. I did not like how much they had outside interference. Whether it would be, there was low blows, there was brass knuckles, there was there was a referee bump. There was so much, and I get that's, Paul is obviously not going to beat Cody. You have to make people think that he's going to win, but it was just, it went overboard. It was just a little overbooked, in my opinion. I'm okay with 1 or 2, but we're talking up to 3 different things, right? It just, at a certain point, it just makes Paul look weak. In the end, though, it was Rhodes putting over Paul very, very strong, hitting with 3 crossroads to retain the championship. So, other than that, I thought it was a very, very good show, and I highly recommend you going out of your way and checking it out. Well, that'll do it for us here. Make sure you go down in the description or comments below. Check out our merch. Use the promo code START to get free shipping over orders of $30. And I will see y'all in the next video.